Hey guys and girls, welcome to Forgetting Walls, the podcast. This is episode 53. Merry Christmas. That's right. We're going to talk a little Christmas this week. We're going to talk a little Star Wars this week. We're going to talk a little football this week because Justin's not with us and he can't tell us no. Keith and myself and Robbie and Wesley, who is in town from the military, is sitting in, and we have a blast just cutting up and talking. It's a shorter episode, so I hope you enjoy it. Give us your feedback. Go over to Facebook, Twitter, go over to the podcast page on our website and tell us what you think. We might have a few changes coming up in the podcast soon, so stick around and check out what that may be. We love you. We want to just say Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. Be safe in whatever you're doing. Love your neighbor. Feed a kid. Do something that makes you understand what this time of year is all about. And if you think it's about Jesus, then let it be about Jesus. If you think it's Hanukkah, then let it be about Hanukkah. But whatever it is to you, we hope you enjoy it. We hope you share it with somebody you love. And we're not going to do dubstep this week. We got a special surprise for you, and it comes up now. And Merry Christmas. Welcome to the show. Forgetting Walls. That's where we're at. It's weird because Justin's not here.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Yes, sir. So, wherever you are and whoever you are, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Ramadan. I don't know. Whatever holidays are going on right now.
Ramadan was months
Joyeux
ago.
Noel.
Yes. So what did you say?
I said Ramadan was months ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
I do not know.
Hanukkah's already over, too.
Hanukkah's not over, is it?
It's been over.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't understand the whole Maccabees Hanukkah thing. I mean, 8 crazy nights, I'm all about it, but I just don't know when those 8 crazy nights are. So, but anyways, this is the Forgetting Walls episode 53 Christmas special. Why Christmas? Well, because it's that time of year.
Christmas time is here.
Yes, it is. And we are doing it minus Justin and any other Skypers.
Sans Justin.
Yes, so this week, it's me. It's the sequel. Hello,
Word.
sequel.
What's up?
You had a good week?
Yeah, I had a pretty good week, yeah.
That's good.
I really have, actually, so that's good.
That's good. I mean, fantasy football went well.
Fantasy football went well. I didn't tell you guys this off the podcast, so I'll tell you while we're on it. Got basically promoted, so nice big raise.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah. So,
Right
yeah,
on.
Very good week.
Good stuff.
Actually.
I got my butt chewed out today. But
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks. To my left, we have special guest visiting for Christmas time. What's up, Robbie?
The onions are back.
The onion is back. The onions and the meat and potatoes are back. It's inside jokes don't work on podcasts.
I like onions, but they make my breath smell really, really bad.
They make me gassy.
Ooh, that's a bad day.
I'm gassy every day.
Well, okay.
And joining us from the deep west of Texas.
Very
Down in the West
west of
Texas town of El Paso.
That's
There it is.
exactly where I'm from, yeah.
Well, not from, but
Well,
you're
where
back
I am
home
now. Yeah, I'm
you're
back
free.
home now, but-
And Wesley is joining us again. It's been a while. The man, the myth, the legend.
Probably another disappointment. But
But we're all together tonight. Keith says you're not a disappointment. He loves you very much.
Not in
I love
my
you,
eyes.
You can never be a disappointment in the eyes of Keith.
never, ever.
Never. So tonight, we're going to discuss Christmas, like I said, in the meat potatoes. So just stick around with us, and we'll be doing that. But first, there's no Justin. So that means we get to talk about football.
And there's no technical difficulties either.
No, there's no... Justin, where'd you go?
Bum, bum.
We're celebrating Justin not being here by wearing our football attire.
We're actually sharing a mic
It's called a divisional mic,
because he's a Packers fan.
and he's a Bears fan.
Reminds me of that episode
I'm a little
of
bit country. I'm a little bit
And
rock
Keith's
and
just
roll.
over there just singing the entire episode.
Have y'all watched the show Goldbergs? The Goldbergs. Have
Yes.
you seen it?
I think I've seen a couple.
Have you got to the episode where Bill and Murray meet and one's
Bill
a Packers
Murray?
fan?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that comes up, Bill Murray. But you got to watch that episode. He's a Packers fan. I mean, a Jets fan, of course. No, I'm sorry. He's a Eagles fan because he lives in Philly.
Okay.
And Bill's a Dallas fan, which he should be shot and posted on the wall.
Dallas fan?
Yeah.
You should see the way I get looked at whenever I go to the either the commissary or Walmart while I'm wearing all of the Packers stuff, and like everybody's wearing Cowboys hats and like Cowboys jerseys and stuff.
They actually still wear that stuff in Texas?
They wear it in Texas.
Wow.
Not in Dallas, but they wear it everywhere else in the
Shows you
state.
the intelligent level of Cowboys fans. And we'll get a
Still
few
make the
hate mail.
playoffs.
Gosh, that's true.
Yeah, that is really true.
That's how bad that division is.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a chance though now.
No, not at all.
No. And the worst thing about it is that the Redskins may and look like they will make the playoffs.
I thought the Redskins weren't even in the hunt anymore. Like they're not.
They're
even,
leading the division.
Yeah, they're leading the division, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
leading the division.
That's sad
That is sad.
about that division.
Is that not crazy? That the Redskins, your Washington Redskins. I don't
bet
know
your-
whose Redskins they actually are.
Not
Not
mine.
mine.
Your first child likes the Redskins.
Yes. Ryan likes the Redskins. But
That's
then again,
weird.
Ryan doesn't follow sports enough to really, I don't know.
Not at all.
Not at all. Like, Ryan, what's the Redskins doing? Playing football?
Playing football. Right.
The Redskins are my favorite basketball team.
They're thinking about playing football.
Are they thinking about changing their name still?
I-
Is that in the air at all?
It's not. I don't know. Since RG3 ain't really, making any headway for anybody, they're on the back burner because the only thing that really matters right now is that Carolina Panthers team,
14-0.
and that
Keep pounding.
that's an amazing. Feat.
It is amazing feat. Yeah.
Yeah, they're undefeated. It's okay. You
Because they're
can,
lucky.
they're lucky.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's
I
luck.
don't know if it's all luck. I was watching the game. It's not really luck. It may be that the teams they're playing against are just like,
Whatever, man.
it's like we're playing the Panthers, and they like lax off a little bit or whatever, and then just get beat
Whatever. They beat the Packers
once.
and the Seahawks.
Once. They won't beat them in the playoffs.
They may not play them in the playoffs.
That's the honest truth.
The Packers may not be around for the Panthers to play.
I was going to be in reverse of that. No, the Panthers aren't going to be around for the Packers to play.
They have to be. They got a first round bye.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about.
And it looks like one more game and they clinch home field advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Don't
You got to
think?
win 15 games in a row to get home field advantage after a bye.
No, you just have to have the best record at the end of the season in your conference.
Yeah,
And they would clinch it with being 15-0. It's because the Cardinals are pretty darn good
yeah.
this year,
The
too.
Cardinals is the team that can beat Carolina, like legitimately, because Carson Palmer looks good. David Johnson is a beast, son.
Yeah. He is tearing it up.
He is blowing my mind.
And the biggest thing is that, like, Bruce Arians was like, oh, we don't really want to give him a full load because he's a rookie. And so, we'll just keep using, that's why we'll pick up Chris Johnson, and we'll just keep using Andre Ellington.
Not using either one of them now.
Yeah. And he's tearing it up.
No, he is killing it. And their defense looks pretty daggone hot, too.
Yeah, man, the no-fly zone.
Yeah, right?
Every single time I see this one individual at work, he always tells me that the Rams are going to get the wild card, and they're going to go all the way to the Super Bowl,
I don't think they're
and they're going to win it.
I don't think they're even in the hunt right now, are they?
The Rams are currently, I was just at 6-8,
Yeah, and they can't
and
win
they're
their
third
division.
in their division right now.
Yeah, they can't win their division because Cardinals
is 12-2.
killing it. And Seattle has locked a wild card spot, if I'm not mistaken.
I couldn't give you a definite answer.
Can't really say it this time, Congressman.
Well, football was good this week. I'll say that. Keith drops his phone.
There was a lot of interesting things going on. Like the Packers actually had a little bit of difficulty with the Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders is not a bad team.
It's the Ditka curse.
Is it?
It's the Ditka curse, man. Ever since Mike Ditka showed up on
Coach
that
Ditka.
McDonald's commercial wearing a Packers sweater, the Packers have been pretty awful.
Yeah, you got a point.
I wanted to throw up when
You
I saw
got
that commercial.
Ditka.
Maybe he did it for the division. He was like, well, if I do this, then maybe the Bears will do something to the end of the season.
No, it's not happening. Nothing can save the Bears this year.
Bears.
Other than just like a redraft of the whole league.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've seen what everybody's been doing, we would like to go ahead and wipe the slate clean and get these people.
Yeah, like, can we start over? Can we actually get rid of Cutler this year?
No, but I think John Fox is doing a great job over there in Chicago. I think he'll be the person to turn the team around, and I think that he realizes that the defense actually needs work.
The whole defense needs a lot of work.
Yeah, like Mark Trestman is good, but like he's an offensive coordinator, really.
Yeah.
And like he kept the offense, and then once everybody figured out what their offense was doing, he never did anything different.
Oh, absolutely.
So then they just got figured out.
So much for the quarterback whisperer.
I mean, at the beginning, like he was phenomenal with Jay Cutler, but then once people started figuring it out, Jay Cutler had to start trying to be Jay Cutler,
And it didn't work.
and Jay Cutler being Jay Cutler is not good.
No, it did work. He was Jay Cutler.
Well, I guess so.
He had to be Jay Cutler, and it worked perfectly because he was Jay Cutler.
It was horrible.
Horrible.
But there is one other piece of news that is much more than anything we've talked about already tonight.
Is it the coming of Jesus Christ on Christmas Day?
No. We'll talk about that more in the meat and potatoes anyways.
I think I know what you're getting at here.
Because that's the good news.
I think you're talking about the awakening, the Great Awakening.
Oh, the
Yes.
Great Awakening? That is
The Great
really good news.
Awakening. It was amazing. We spent a lot. God, and you missed a really great episode last
Robbie's taking his headphones off.
week. You missed a great episode last week because for meat and potatoes, it was nothing but Star Wars.
That sounds pretty good.
It was so much fun. And I peed my pants a little bit. Because, yes, that happened this weekend.
Yes, it did.
3 out of the 4 of us did see it, so we won't give any spoilers.
Not more than we already have in front of Robbie.
We didn't give any
Well,
spoilers in
Darth
front of
Vader
Robbie.
is Luke's father. So.
Yes. There is no there is no Jar Jar Binks. That's my
Leia
spoiler.
and
He said
Luke
Jar
are
Jar
brother and
Binks.
sister, and they made out. That's a thing that happened.
Hey, it was a peck. It was a peck.
No.
It was.
Empire Strikes Back
that
was
what the
not
kids
a
call
pack.
it?
Empire Strikes Back.
That was a full-on give me
in front of Han Solo
It was.
give me your chewing gum kiss.
because she wanted to make Han Solo jealous.
It's not like they used tongue.
Did they now?
I mean, it doesn't look like they used tongue.
Did they now? Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill got it on in that
Oh,
medical
Lord.
bed.
Right after he came out of the submersion tank.
Yes, exactly.
Back to-
Anyways, though, but this weekend, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Trying to hold back tears. It was beautiful. It was everything I hoped, and even more. I know there's a lot of people saying it, it's a lot like, Episode 4.
It was.
It was, but I enjoyed it.
Well, I think personally that it was a nice Episode 4 because, like, it is a lot like Episode 4. I'll give it that. But the thing is, it's like bringing it back to the basics to start out a whole new
Yeah, it made sense.
deal.
The
Just makes sense.
lightsaber battles, or the lightsaber battle was beautiful.
It was
wasn't
good.
choreographed.
No.
It wasn't stupid. It wasn't, I can dance with a lightsaber. I'm Bruce Lee with nunchucks kind of thing. It was
He's really good with nunchucks.
dark. It was scary. It was intense. It was clumsy.
I thought we weren't going to give out
beautiful.
spoilers, but
That wasn't a spoiler.
We're talking about an entire scene.
No, I'm telling it's a
A
non-spoiler.
lot of other stuff happens in that scene.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff going. I'm just talking about how the lightsaber battle was. It was beautiful. The Awakening, beautiful. I love it. I cannot wait. 520 days to Episode 8.
Robbie
But
still hasn't
only-
seen it.
300 and what?
361? 360 days until Rogue One, I think.
320.
No. It's
What's Rogue One?
No, 350. 58 days. I think it is
Hold
to
on,
Rogue One.
hold on.
It
What
is.
is it, find this
Rogue One is the It's one of the spin-off movies they're doing for Star Wars that follows the Rogue Squadron.
Oh, neat.
It's going to be
I
beautiful.
haven't seen anything on that yet.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
December 16th.
But every single time I'm on leave, I have to say that I don't know what day it is. I really don't. I don't know what time I wake up. I don't know what time I go to sleep. I just wake up when I wake up. I go to sleep when I'm tired, and then I don't look unless I'm getting in touch with somebody to see them. I really don't even look at my phone that much. I'm not researching anything. I'm not looking up stuff. So everything's new. It's great.
Yes, I believe that the revenue that has come in for Star Wars is record-breaking all the way around.
It was record-breaking by a landslide. It made first weekend. It made
238,
and the runner-up for that, which held the record for a long time, was 86 million from Avatar for a first opening weekend. So it was a landslide record break.
Yeah, it was a mighty powerful weekend for the Force. Power of the Force.
The Force is strong in this one.
It was beautiful. Everything was great.
And there goes Keith singing again.
Humming.
He has a point. He is humming.
Yeah. We have a soundtrack for the entire podcast.
Usually when Keith is here, we do. He has to add his own music. Maybe he doesn't like ours. But he gets to put in his own music at times, too. It's good stuff.
True.
I don't know.
Story.
It's a true story. I saw a beautiful car this weekend. We won't go into it. If you want to know what it looks like, you can check my Facebook page out. It's cool. Really, really cool. So, with all that saying, we'll be back in a minute to get started with our Christmas episode.
I love Christmas so much.
And we're back. And that was Crooks UK with Above Me. That is a shout out to our friend David, who is not here with us this week, who gave us Crooks a few weeks ago. We listened to A Few Peaceful Days. The full album is out. Good gracious. That little burp caught me off guard. But anyways, that was Crooks UK with Above Me. Check them out. Check out our podcast page. You can get links to all the bands that we have. And if you really, really, really want to see what we play on this show, get up with me. I will send you the playlist for the show. It's got every song we've ever played on here. And it is pretty cool. I drive around sometimes just listening to this playlist. We got good music on it.
Driving around, sitting on the
That's right.
cat and me was high on I can't sing that one. That's a bad one. Sorry, hold on. I just remembered what song that was. Never mind.
Trouble ahead. Trouble behind.
So what would you saying, Wesley, during the musical break?
Oh, I was asking if people could hear this live stream.
We're not doing live stream right now.
No live stream?
No, not right now.
Too many liability issues.
For Keith.
You mean yeah, for you there's too many liability. There's not enough editorial service for live stream.
But anyways, tonight we want to talk about Christmas. And we're going to talk about Christmas in a bunch of different ways. We're going to try to be intelligent about it. It's hard, but
I have a lot of bias on the subject.
And that's the point of tonight, is to have the bias, because I've done a few when I was in the pastoral services. I did a few sermons on Christmas.
Delicious.
Awesomeness that I was not. Anyways, and it always disturbed me how Christians get so riled up about Christmas and things of that nature, and the overzealous
They're overzealous to adopted traditions.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to talk about. Let's do this. We're all here. We're all grown men to a point. Why don't we just talk about what we think, what is Christmas? What do you think Christmas is? Without getting too drawn out, just, kind of a simple...
Like what our own personal definitions of Christmas is?
Why not? Why don't you start with that?
My personal definition of Christmas, what I look forward to, because even though I don't really like everything that happens this time of year, I do look forward to it. I look forward to having Christmas. I look forward to my time off. I look forward to seeing my family. And that's really what it's about. Like, I don't even especially buy Christmas presents that often, just because I don't look at it like that. I look at it, I want to spend time with people. That's what I really do the whole Christmas thing for. I want to see my family. I want to see my friends. And it's a time for me to have off, just because getting time off from work is especially difficult in my line of work. So that's really just all it is for me, is like a very nice time with my family and with my friends and the people that I love.
Yeah, my definition of Christmas is, I don't know. It's just like a time just to hang out with friends and family. And for me, as a student, it's always time off from school. You get like a whole month off.
A month?
Yeah, I get like a whole month. I got from like December 9th to January 9th off. So it's exactly a month. So that's always fun. Just get a break from school. Get a break from stuff. Just time to chill out, relax, hang out with family, hang out with friends. And I like to give people presents because I think it's a way just to show people that I care about them. So I like getting people presents.
My presence is enough for a present.
Your presence is a present.
My presence is a present.
Hey guys, look at me. I'm your Christmas present this year. Yeah, what do you think about that, Keith?
About Wesley's presents being a present? Or
No,
about...
just Christmas.
Yeah, actually, go ahead. Start with that one. What do you think about that?
Why don't we start with Wesley's presents being a present?
Is that
Sounds good to me.
Hey-o!
No, I like Christmas. I enjoy Christmas. I enjoy just about everything about Christmas. I mean, it can be a little hectic at times. It can be a little stressful. But other than those things, other than the stress that comes with it, I really like everything about it. I like spending time with people. I like food. I like the music. I like the whole celebration of Jesus' birth. Yeah, I said it.
Fruitcake.
I said I love fruitcake. You shut up.
What stress comes with Christmas?
Yeah, what stress does come with Christmas?
Having to buy things for people. And
See, I eliminated that stress by being the present.
worrying about putting things together.
All I have to do is show up.
Well, that's nice, but that's not true for everybody. A lot of people get really stressed out on Christmas.
Yeah. And you're right, they do. And we were talking about it a few weeks ago when we were doing our depression and suicide stuff. When we were talking about that, the holidays is a very tough time for a lot of people because of the stress it brings, whether it's being alone or loved ones who have gone on, or the stress of trying to buy presents with money you don't have.
Or trying to figure out what people either need or want.
Yeah. I usually get whatever I want for them, and they like it or don't. That's about all it comes down to.
Really, you need to shop for you and buy presents and give them to people. And if they don't like them, just take them for yourself. Use them.
I like that. Christmas has meant many different things over the years. Here lately, it has meant just another day. This is the first year in many years that I've had a Christmas tree up in the house. That there are presents under the Christmas tree.
I saw that on one of the social media sites, either Facebook or Instagram. Yeah. I saw you put up a picture of your Christmas tree. It's very nice.
It's nice.
It's downstairs, right?
Yeah, I don't look around when I go into a place. I just kind of come in and say, "Where's the beer?" And that's pretty much it.
But it's we put it up, and Kim put it up. I bought it.
Work done.
Yeah.
I bought it and brought it to the house.
and I did. I bought it to the house, and she put it up, and she put all the ornaments on it, and she decorated it, and she did a wonderful job. It's very pretty. It's red and black. I love it.
Is it a real Christmas tree or a fake Christmas tree?
It is a fake tree.
The best kind of tree.
Yes, fake tree. But the thing is we usually go on a trip for Christmas, and we didn't do it this year, and so we're home. So we bought some presents for the kids, and I mean that's it. I mean we're doing a little traditional, if you want to call it traditional style Christmas. But Christmas to me, like I said, I mean it's meant many different things, but now it's not. I don't know. It's just the time of year you give presents. I know it's focused. It's supposed to have this focus of Christ, and for some people there's a focus of Christ and Christ centric.
Yeah.
To celebrate, I guess the birth of Christ. That's what they're using it for. As we'll get into it, may I ask the question: does anybody believe Jesus was born on the 25th of December?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely do not believe that.
No, I knew where he was going with that. No, I don't believe it either. My youngest daughter will tell you she believes it was September. I shoot close to that as well, based on the birth of John, based off of Zechariah's temple service. If you trace it back through that, there is a mathematical equation that you can kind of get real close between, I think, the end of August to somewhere middle October, which puts it pretty close.
On our calendar.
On our calendar. Yeah, based on our... Well, actually, it's based off the lunar calendar translated to our calendar.
Yeah.
So, based on our calendar.
I've always heard that it was like springtime.
No, it can't be.
Can't be?
I don't think it can be at all. But then again, what do I know?
I don't think so anymore.
True.
I mean,
I've read a lot of articles that say it's like springtime because they're like explaining about how the shepherds were out with their flocks and stuff. And I was just like, well, back then shepherds were out with their flocks most of the year. Especially in the desert.
Is the Middle East south of the equator?
No.
The Middle East is north of the equator.
North of the equator?
Yeah.
Israel is in the northern hemisphere.
Northern hemisphere? Okay, thank you for clarifying that for me because I sure didn't know.
You've been there, haven't you?
No, I've never been to Israel.
No, the Middle East.
No, I haven't been to the Middle East.
Oh.
Well, parts of the middle... Well, not really.
No, the equator is pretty far south from the Middle East.
Well, not that far south.
Well, let's just pull it up on a map.
Yeah. Not if you consider Egypt the Middle East.
I really
No, that's
don't.
Africa.
Yeah, it's Africa. I don't really consider Egypt Middle East.
But
Me
that's pretty
personally,
close.
but I'm not really
It's-
like... I haven't even finished college,
It's
so I can't really have a say in what is and
connected.
isn't on a continent.
It's directly connected to... I mean, it's not... Yeah, you're right. It's not a part of Asia, but they share cultural and regional...
No, you're right.
Yeah,
They
you're
do.
right. They do, but
I mean, they're connected by land.
not anymore.
Well, they were.
I mean, you got a
Till
point.
There's not.
What is it? What is it?
Yeah, it's way...
Suez Canal?
Yeah, Suez Canal.
Suez
You
Canal?
would think, you think about, like, the equator,
Yeah, and
and you're
doesn't
like...
doesn't it cut through Saudi Arabia? No, it doesn't. No, sorry. I'm wrong about that.
Yeah,
But it's not that far from it.
Is there a picture on there of the world map with the equator line drawn in it?
that's what I'm doing myself.
Oh, okay. Well, look at that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
See,
Good.
even
Okay,
Egypt is
yeah.
pretty far north of it.
Yeah, figure that it is way north.
Yeah, but Saudi Arabia's not that far.
Oh, it's way north.
Oh, come on, man.
No, dude, that's way north.
That's like 400 miles.
Is it?
400 miles.
like
Maybe.
400 miles.
You're right. It's close.
All of America's like, what, 2,500?
Yeah.
No, I think he's right. He's
So
he's
if you
closer.
put America sideways on that, it's like half the size of America.
No, no,
It's
no,
be
no,
like
no, no,
1,000
no,
miles.
no. Maine would be like at the equator, and California would be like way up there in Russia.
Yeah, I think the point is
That it's not on the equator.
It's not on the equator. It's north. Because I was thinking like, well, springtime in Israel would be, but they still have a warmer climate there, right?
Well, not necessarily.
I can
Is
say
it the
from
same type of climate that we have?
It is
no,
hot.
no, it's very different. Yeah, but it's also really, really cold at times.
In wintertime at night, it is especially cold.
So it's not really warmer. It's more extreme.
Yeah, it's
depending on
got
where you
both
are.
sides extreme.
And you were in Kuwait, which is pretty far from Israel, is it
And
not?
really, really hot.
Oh yeah, it's very hot there.
Even in the winter, when
Yeah.
it would be like
It's hot there.
almost 50 at night or lower, and then during the day about 8 or 9 it would get to stupid hot.
You know, we should look that up just because we're thinking about
What the average temperature of Israel year round?
Yeah, we should look that up.
Well, man,
Annual
that's-
average
That's
temperatures.
a time filler.
Yeah, we
That's
need
definitely
time
a
fillers.
filler. Oh, yeah, more time fillers. We don't go for an hour and a half already.
Right? But yeah, I see. Because I'm thinking because Kuwait's pretty far down there. It's getting close to the equator.
Kuwait also has another problem. Another problem is that it's a coastal country.
So is Israel
Well,
to the Mediterranean.
yeah, to the Mediterranean. This is a coastal country to
An ocean?
no, not to an
The
ocean.
what is it called? One of them seas.
Yeah, one of them seas,
One
boy.
of them seas.
One of them seas.
One of the 7. Actually, there's more.
Yeah, their temperature is pretty much like ours. Actually, it's a lot cooler than ours.
In Israel?
Yeah, it's a lot cooler than ours. Except for
It really is. It's almost a 10 degree.
It's a mild difference. January, February, December, they're all still pretty much mild months. 47, 56 degrees. So it doesn't get very hot or very cold there.
Israel.
So
Interesting.
it's like perpetual spring and fall there.
So yeah, really, it could have been
Anytime.
weather-wise. It could have been any time.
Yeah, weather-wise.
Yeah, so you can't base this whole idea that Christ was born here because of what's going on now, because the weather stays pretty much the same there. There is a little spike in the summer and a little drop in the winter, but pretty much it's perpetual fall and spring. Well, compared to us in North Carolina.
Well, you can't really compare it to North Carolina in general, just like deciduous forest zone in America. Because, 2 days ago it was like 30, and now I'm sweating outside with a T-shirt and shorts on.
It's a beautiful Christmas weather.
You're just sweaty though.
Well, not all the time.
I'm like, but it was in the 60s. The high was in the 60s today.
But it's going to be 79 on Christmas.
That's true. That's
It
gonna
is
be
going to
warm.
be 79 on
It's a
Christmas.
beautiful Christmas
I
weather.
don't know, man. I'm not looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
I like Christmas to be like high of 39,
that's a good
low of
point.
25.
You like Christmas to be something, but
Yeah.
why does it have to be like that? Is just your personal preference?
That's just my personal preference.
personal preference. Because everybody's like, "Oh, Christmas should be cold." I'm like, "Why?" I like Christmas warm.
wonderland.
We should have a white Christmas. No, you should go up north where
Yeah,
it
you
snows.
should go up north.
I'm fine with a white Christmas. It happens occasionally here.
Well, let's get back to this whole Christ and Christmas thing then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, you see it everywhere, and I saw some stuff this weekend that just like try to make a real point that Christ, you got to keep Christ in Christmas, like, because it's,
That's like keeping prayer in schools.
yeah. And I was like, well, and here's my thing though, and I can get to the point where we celebrate Christmas because of Jesus, but maybe we do it today because of our culture and Christianity, but it's not really where it came from.
Oh, it's definitely not where it came from.
No, it's not, and we'll get into that a little bit. But my thing is I think my biggest thing right now is that people who say it's not Christmas, it's not Xmas, it's Christmas.
You mean it's not Chimus?
Yeah,
That's what they're really
Who is?
Chimus. It's the Greek letter chi.
Yeah,
It was a symbol for Jesus Christ. It was like a shorthand for
Yeah.
Christ because it's an X, and an X turns sideways at cross.
yeah.
Those ignorant people.
But it's like Xmas. We don't do Xmas. We do Christmas. I'm like, man, you really should like,
Look into what that means.
because now you're downplaying your fellow brother and sisters who came before you. There's reasons it's like that. It's not. When we say happy holidays, it's like, oh, I can't do just happy holidays. I need to say Merry Christmas because I need to make you believe that Christmas is all about Jesus. But for some people, it's just a holiday. For some people, they say Happy Hanukkah or, Happy Kwanzaa, or like we did at the beginning, and I was very foolish in saying Happy Ramadan, but
Months ago.
sorry.
But
I'm not Muslim. I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to offend anybody.
I'm not Muslim either, just clarification. But I actually I do say happy holidays, but it's more of a reason that I'm around a diversity of people like all the time. And I have friends that celebrate Hanukkah. I have friends that celebrate Christmas. I have friends that celebrate Kwanzaa. Very interesting conversations with them around these times of year because I have no idea what they do, so I always ask them a million questions. And that's just the reason why I say happy holidays. It's not that I'm just like trying to downplay Christmas. It's that other people have different perspectives on this month of December. And in Keith's case, June into July.
Ramadan. Well, but here's my thing. I don't think I don't think a person should quell what they want to say because of somebody else.
True.
If Keith wants to say Merry Christmas,
absolutely,
and Wesley wants to say Happy Holidays, and Robbie wants to say
Merry Xmas.
Merry Xmas.
Merry Xmas.
I think everybody should have their individual right to say it. I mean, that's the whole point of this freedom of speech and, political correctness phase, that we can say whatever we want. So why be offended when somebody who is a Christian says Merry Christmas, and then somebody who is Jewish says, Happy Hanukkah, or a person who is a non-believer says Happy Holidays, or if somebody does say Merry Christmas and they're not a believer and they just like the concept of Christmas, the gift giving, the trees, the whole Yuletide experience of this festive year or part of the year. I'm like, why can't you just allow a person to say it? And for me, I feel like because there's this battle literally a battle between atheism and Christian, that they made it more than it needed to be. Oh, we just, everybody at work says Happy Holidays. Why doesn't anybody say Merry Christmas? Because that's what they want to say, and that's how they do it. And they may say it because they feel like they don't want to offend anybody else. That's fine.
It's because people have rights.
Man,
they have the right to say whichever one they want.
If you want to do something for Christmas, and say Merry Christmas and bless you and whatever, then you can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's your prerogative, but I think you
should also not expect everyone else to do the same thing that you want to do personally.
It's always been said, why are you worried about somebody else saying Merry Christmas when they're not, like, okay, if you think it's such a Christian thing and they're not a Christian? Do you expect them to get it? Like, oh, they must get it, because it's Christmas. But the idea of Christmas for me hasn't always been about Jesus, or Jesus is the reason for the season. Is he? Or was it just a good time of the year to do that and to add him into it?
That's a leading question because we know it's
true. Objection. Leading.
I would be a horrible lawyer.
You would have so many objections called on you.
Oh, for
all
sure.
the time.
I know, but seriously though, we know it. We know it's not the reason why we have Christmas. I mean, it was turned into it. I think if we go back and look, Christians should understand that Christmas originated. This whole part of the year originated from a festival from Rome called Saturnalia.
Well, that's one of the original.
Yeah,
that's one of the original holidays.
Yeah,
that's on around this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, there's others.
Yeah, I had a great conversation. I think you might remember whenever I came to you about this. It was when I was still in the youth under you, and we were at First Baptist, and I was on YouTube one night, and if you go to any Christian music video on YouTube, there is an absolute hate fest.
Hold on.
In the comments.
Why were you reading YouTube comments?
What? Sometimes
nothing good ever comes from that.
Now, let me go ahead and tell you my next mistake. I started commenting. So first mistake was I was reading the YouTube comments. The next mistake I made, I started getting into the conversation of the YouTube comments. And the conversation specifically, I think it was on David Crowder's How He Loves Us, or How He Loves. And there was a guy, I don't really know if he is, or if he's just a troll, or if he wanted to just get a rise out of somebody or anything like that.
All YouTube commenters are trolls.
Well, not the Christians that are just wanting to be angry. They're still...
They're trolls.
I wasn't being a troll, and I was commenting, so there's one.
You were being a troll.
I was not being a troll. I was wanting to find out information from someone that I'd never talked to, or from a type of person I never talked to. He was a Mithratist. And I don't know if anyone in the room has ever heard of Mithratism, or the alluring god of Mithra, born of Mother Rock before man stood, and he's the savior of all mankind and all this other stuff. Well, they also have all of their meetings in caves. And it's a secret society. So
what if there are no local caves to meet in?
Well, you're going to have to travel pretty far, I suppose. Because a lot of it derives around, because Mithra's from Mother Rock, a lot of it derives around from the cave being part of their whole traditional ceremony stuff. And they have a lot of cave paintings and things. Well, that's not the point. But Mithra, according to this dude, was born from the rock on December 25th. And also another famous person that was born on December 25th. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong on this one, but isn't Thor, was Thor not, is that his birthday not December 25th?
Hold that thought. I'll Google that.
But
another thing from Christmas comes from Thor, which would be mistletoe. Because Thor's mother told everything on Earth not to harm him, and that's why he was invincible.
Norse mythology recounts how the god Balder was killed using a mistletoe arrow.
Oh, Balder. Yeah, Balder. Excuse
god
me.
Oder, while fighting fighting for the female Nana.
Yeah.
And Druid rituals used mistletoe to poison their human sacrificial victims.
That is dope.
It is. The Christian custom of kissing under the mistletoe is a later synthesis of the sexual license of Saturnalia with the Druidic sacrificial cult. And we'll be talking a lot about Saturnalia because I believe it's
the largest.
But it's, if you go back, because it was a Roman pagan holiday, which my daughter loves to say every time she hears Christmas, she goes, "It came from paganism,"
I used to do the same exact thing, and my mother calls me a Grinch.
Yeah, but Saturnalia was a week-long holiday that operated during the week of December 17th to the 25th.
And the day of Saturnalia is actually the day where the sun is on the earth, like the least amount. Like the day is the shortest.
Yes,
the winter solstice.
Yeah, the
winter solstice. Which would usually be about the 21st, 22nd of December, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
But the whole festival is, there's many different myths and, looks at it. But one of the big things was it was just a period of lawlessness. Everybody celebrated it. The Roman Church at that time decided, or the authorities at that time, or church decided that they're going to tie into it as the Catholic Church was getting established. Decided we'll use this pagan holiday that everybody got and make it a holiday for Christians, and started weaving in Christian traditions and customs into the celebration of Saturnalia. And they used it to a point where that, we can even bring the heathens in, that you can do whatever you want during Saturnalia, but when you come to Christ, you can still kind of do those things, but you got to start giving it up. So they were allowing them to be a part of that continually. So I just want to state this fact that, that we do all believe this. Until somebody can prove otherwise. Christmas is not technically a birthday celebration for Jesus. So for all the people who are having birthday cakes for Jesus,
but I did just look it up, and it is Thor's birthday. So if anybody wants to do,
actually, it's conflicting. A lot of people put it on December the 5th.
For Thor,
yeah,
yes.
Oh, that's also Dutch folklore uses the 4th of December for my favorite Christmas character, and the 5th for St. Nicholas.
Interesting.
Old folklore for the Dutch.
And
beautiful, beautiful time of year.
And I understand we want to use the 25th to celebrate Jesus' birth.
It is a birthday celebration. It's just not his actual birthday.
Yeah, and I think people get misconstrued on that because they're trying to tie something to a day that technically didn't. Now we do use it to celebrate, and it's fine to use that. I mean, for people who were born on February 29th.
Yeah,
they got to have a day.
Use the 25th.
No, the 25th.
Why not?
Or the 1st.
Whichever way you want to go. I mean, it's up to you. But I mean, it's fine to use that, but we put so much emphasis on something that wasn't originally created for that.
True.
And they can't get past it. It's like, well, it is the reason. No, it's not the reason. We have made it the reason. Man has made that. God didn't establish it in the Bible. It's nothing biblical behind Christmas. I think that's why Jehovah's Witnesses really don't celebrate it, and of course, among any other holiday
or birthday.
Interesting.
So it's a double reason not to celebrate Christmas, because they don't celebrate birthdays or holidays.
But it's not. There's nothing biblical to it, though.
No, there's not.
So when we try to get on our horse as Christians and talk about Christmas, fine.
I don't have a horse. I wanted one for Christmas, though.
You wanted a pony.
That was on his Christmas list last year.
But for me, I'm fine with however you want to celebrate it. Just stop making everybody else trying to fall into. And this is my thing, okay? Christians, ready?
Yes.
Witchcraft, sorcery, lying, all that stuff is bad. right? But yet they tell their kids Santa's coming.
Oh, I had a very interesting time in children's church.
Here we go.
Oh God.
Santa's not real, so we're lying to our kids. Now, there was a man that
Saint Nicholas,
who did die. Okay.
Yeah, everyone
but
does.
There's no Santa coming. And then they're telling their kids, this guy travels the entire world in one night and comes down chimneys or whatever house orifices he can find. Okay?
House orifice. That's fantastic.
Correct. Usually
So,
sure.
yeah, and we're telling
Coming
these kids
into the
this, right? So
dryer
number one, we're
duct.
lying to them. And we're promoting the idea of some sort of sorcery or magic because nobody can do the entire world in one night.
Or fly.
Or fly.
With reindeer.
With reindeer.
Or be in
man.
every mall.
That could happen.
Or be in every mall on a Saturday.
But
all
there
at the
has to
same
be
time.
magic involved. I mean, think about it.
No.
Magical reindeer
No,
fly.
you just put them all on a plane.
It's not happening in one night, bro.
Even if
Every
you put it on-
house.
Even if you put every house.
Okay, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Okay, so yeah.
Which there are whole countries that don't even celebrate Christmas, so
But-
he doesn't even have to go to their
but hold on a
Whole
second.
country.
But hold on a second though. When you think about it though, the way American parents tell
Yeah.
their kids
Tell
that
their
he
children.
hits the entire world and all the kids in the world get to see Santa. Only if you're good or bad. Now we're using something to create morality in our children. That's a lie. We're using negative morality to create good morality in our children from a mythical, magical creature.
It's no wonder Christian kids are just so messed up.
Right?
And it's not even that you're using that morality the whole year. It's not until like after Thanksgiving. Well, if you're going to be bad, then Santa Claus isn't going to bring you this. But don't worry, that thing you did in February doesn't count.
Hey, but my favorite part is the new tradition of this elf on the shelf thing.
What is that?
Oh my god! You don't know about Elf on a Shelf?
Elf on the Shelf is so funny.
So
It can get really good. Like if you are kind of messed up in the head and you want to mess with kids,
elf on the shelf
it can
is
get
an
real
elf
funny.
that you put on the shelf that watches the kids, I guess, for Santa
Yeah,
to
for
let them know.
Santa, he has a direct line to Santa.
Yeah, so everybody has these elf. Now, my favorite things about Elf on the Shelf is the memes or the things that people are doing with them, like Star Wars character holding them upside down over a burner on the stove. That's awesome. Or Darth Vader force choking the elf into a wall. That's awesome. But these parents are like, "There's an elf on the shelf watching you."
Oh, and every
That
night
sounds awesome, though.
every night when they go to sleep, they move the elf to another part of the house or whatever. So the kids
Yeah.
wake up, they're like, "Oh, he's alive!" That would scare me to death if I was a kid. It's like, "Oh, Toy Story's for real?" So not only this elf on a shelf, who is obviously a plush doll,
Wait.
Like-
Why would you get scared if you thought Toy Story was for real?
could you? Okay, I want you to imagine this. All right, imagine you're that kid with the firecracker attached to the back of the
What
Buzz
was that
Lightyear.
kid's name?
Sid.
Sid. Imagine you're Sid, and you got a firecracker attached to the back of a toy, and he just turns his head around and he starts talking at you.
Don't break your toys.
What? How is that? How are you supposed to play with them?
You're getting no toys for Christmas, huh, Wesley?
Absolutely not. I told my mother I wanted jeans.
Even I don't say that.
What do you want for Christmas?
Like
His two front teeth.
A pony and two front teeth. Now we're getting real south.
just saying. One Christmas I was missing my two front teeth. So
Me too.
Were you 4?
no,
No, I was
older
like
than that.
6.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
I thought Keith was going to say, no, I was 12. I got punched in the face with a frying pan.
With the frying pan?
How do you punch someone with a frying pan?
Robbie just demonstrated.
That is
So, but my problem is that, you know, we as Christians try to promote this morality, right? But this time of the year, when it's the reason for the season is Jesus, we can lie and support as many non-biblical things as we want. Isn't
What do you
it a
mean?
little bit hypocritical?
I mean,
The reason why we bring Christmas trees and garland and stuff like that is so we can bring in all the grains to pray to the gods that they'll come back next year instead of dying
That's
off.
partially true, but not entirely. But
Nobody wants to celebrate Halloween because they think it's the old evil night.
pagan.
But they got that day wrong too.
well, that's true.
Absolutely.
But I don't know about that though. I
Come
mean,
on.
I'll agree somewhat with the Santa thing. I mean, that's really kind of messed up when you think about it. But I don't have a problem with anything else, actually.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. You can do what you want. My thing is, stop being so self-righteous about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're trying to make other people believe the way you do, but yet in your push on this holiday, you're being an overzealous hypocrite.
True.
You know, and it looks poorly upon the religion that you're trying to promote. That's promoting love and this basis of morality from a perfect God, a perfect Savior. You know, how can you support that and believe in that and push that? And I understand human beings aren't perfect, so that's the nature of it. But we are trying to make something very perfect and real out of something that you can't. You know, man put this together. I mean, God didn't put Christmas together. I hate to tell.
I don't know, man.
The sovereignty of God. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying.
That is a
Yeah,
pretty
I
good
understand what
argument
you're
for it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something man has put together, and we have increased the traditions by things we add to it. Songs, and you know, these songs are Christmas songs. Why are they Christmas songs? Because this is what we sing during Christmas. But there's other songs that sound like good Christmas songs that could be used here as well. Just because we don't say Merry Christmas or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or Frosty the Snowman or, Oh Holy Night or Silent Night or whatever song you want to throw in there, Carol of the Bells that we did at the beginning. You know, they're Christmas songs because they were made for this time of the season. But, I mean, I know other Christian songs or other hymns that fit perfectly in the time of Christmas that are not technically Christmas songs because they talk about Jesus and his love and his grace, because that's what it's all about in a sense of why we celebrate Christmas, you know.
That's true.
And we put so much emphasis on Christmas and his birth. I used to tell people, I was like, you put a lot of emphasis on his birth, but do you really care about his life? You know, do you care about the death? Do you care about the resurrection? Oh, hold on. We got another pagan holiday coming up for that. So
I absolutely love talking about the pagan backgrounds of Easter. It is one of my favorites.
Come back on that holiday. We'll talk about it again.
I will try to come back on that holiday because it's one of my favorite.
I just think that it's too much emphasis placed on trying to be, I don't know, non-politically correct about Christmas, that it becomes a little, for me, annoying.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that's just what our culture has become year round, and it's just okay. So this is how it is during Christmas too.
Right.
So I don't know.
Are you part of that crowd?
What?
Keep the Christ in Christmas?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Depends on the context.
Right.
I mean, I don't say that.
How about you keep Christ in your life? Let it show out the whole year.
Well, yeah, and I
Instead
agree
of,
with
just
Yeah.
the one, well, excuse
Yeah,
me,
but
the 2
that's
days you go to church.
That's a red herring. That really doesn't apply to the argument.
Yeah. But, you know, for me, it's like, I love Christmas because, like, I do love Christmas now because, you know, everybody's home. You know, I get to see Wesley and Robbie and my daughter's home from college. And, you know, there's this concept of family, you know. Yes. You're always home for Christmas, Keith. But
You can count on me. Oh, that's too low. It's too low.
That's too low.
But you know, and the gift giving thing was always a big thing because, all right, everybody knows I wasn't raised in a Christian family. Of course, my household wasn't Christian growing up. So Christmas for me was the tree, the lights, the presents, the family, which was crazy, and the drinking, which was a lot, and which I didn't do it because I was a kid.
She's
But
been drinking too much
Eggnog.
but it's
Wasn't
like
even eggnog.
so that's what I knew as Christmas.
Budweiser.
You know, Santa. I didn't know Jesus. So for me, it was just the whole concept of the commercialization of Christmas. You know what it is now, and I don't have a problem with commercialization of Christmas.
No.
Buy presents.
Yeah,
Give people stuff.
absolutely.
It's awesome.
I love receiving stuff.
I absolutely do. I'm not going to receive anything this year unless you get me something, Robbie. But I'm giving a lot of stuff.
What you want?
I mean, I'm here. That's
Do you really want to know what I want? Did you see that picture on Facebook?
All right, I buy you one, and then you buy me one.
Okay, can I buy yours like when you turn
No.
40?
Can I buy your... No.
But I think if we come back to the, like we always talk about on the show, is that, we've got to start seeing people differently and loving people differently, and loving people because, they're people. You can't just assume that, this time of year is, well, what about this? What if somebody practices Saturnalia? Say that's what they want to, which would be crazy because
you have there's a lot of sacrifices involved in
there's
that,
all
right?
kinds of crazy stuff
There's
going
a
on.
lot of sanctions that they would be violating.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but what if somebody says, that this time of the year is Saturnalia? There's different ways of practicing. There's not just the one way. There's different practices.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, human sacrifice. But somebody says, this is, the season is Saturnalia, and the Christian goes, "You're crazy. This is Christmas." And the guy's like, "You wouldn't have Christmas if we didn't have this." It's that mentality that you push something on somebody so hard, you remove them from understanding why we do actually celebrate this time of year. For us as Christians, we celebrate it because we know that we place this time because God gave us Christ. He sent Christ to this earth. Even though most of us don't believe this was his actual birth date, this is the time of the season we celebrate it. Just like Easter. I mean, think about it. Easter is not, we don't celebrate Easter. As Christians, we celebrate it because of the resurrection of Christ. But Christ wasn't resurrected on Easter. I mean, Easter changes every year. It's based off a lunar calendar, off how the moon cycles after these dates. So it's not something, we just use it. We tagged onto it. And I don't mind tagging something on to something else. We do it in our Christian music. Christian culture is all about fitting into the culture that's around us. We don't know why it happens like that, but that's what we do. We fit into the culture around us. And so we use those pagan holidays and we tagged onto them. They just become more, whether it's commercialized or it just become easier to, this is what we want to do here. Fortunately, December 25th, that happens every year on December 25th. It's not a roving day like the fourth Thursday of November, Thanksgiving. So for me, it's we need to get past fighting for a name and be a little more loving, if that's possible during this time of the year. Now you see people, soup kitchens and homeless feedings, but it's like, but after Christmas goes away, all that goes away too, it seems like, as well. It seems kind of counterproductive when it comes to being a Christian.
That's true. Somewhat. I mean, if people didn't make those efforts during those times, though, then people wouldn't do it at all.
Yeah. So you're fine with the C&E crowds?
No, I'm not really. But I have no problem with going out of the way and doing special missions at Christmas and Easter.
No. I don't. I'm not just talking about a special missions, but it's like the only time of the year you really feel that it needs to happen.
Oh.
And that's when I'm talking about the C&E crowds.
I don't agree with that.
Like, when there's like Thanksgiving, we always have these big things for Thanksgiving. We go and we feed at Thanksgiving. But we do that because we want other people to have that same feeling of having that warm meal that we're having. You do that Christmas time, you do toy drives. Yeah. Do toy drives.
Christmas Child.
Yeah. So we do those things. But there's other times of the year, there's always stuff going on. And the only time people want to show up is when the big things are going on, like Christmas and Thanksgiving or Easter, because that's when they can be seen. Now it becomes more about me being seen and, known, because that's where everybody does it at. It's at Christmas. Because if I don't show up at Christmas, then they'll know.
So can we just press a rewind button on something for a second? When you say C&E crowd, could you elaborate on
Christmas and Easter?
Oh, the C&E crowd. See, we were quietly discussing what in the world that could possibly mean over here.
And during that discussion, you missed his explanation.
Yeah. Christmas and Easter.
Well, no, we were listening to the entire discussion, but we still didn't know what a C and an E was.
No, he said Christmas and Easter. He said the C&E crowd, and then he said Christmas and Easter.
Robbie, we don't even listen to the podcast when we're on it.
Keith, I'll give you that. You do listen while you're on.
We're texting each other.
Where's Justin when I need my moderator?
Justin's in Oregon.
He's going to Seattle right now. He's in Washington.
He did send me. He was at an establishment. It was a restaurant, and he sent me a delicious looking meal from this restaurant on Snapchat. And I said, where are you? Because I want to go get that immediately when I get home. And he said, oh, I'm in Washington. It's like, nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't tell anybody, mainly me, when he's moving around the country.
Yeah,
I want an update.
He told the rest of us.
Yeah, we all
gonna-
knew.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Justin, I hope
saw
you're
it on
listening to this.
Facebook.
Yeah, if you look at him on Facebook, you'll see that he's been in Oregon for like the past 4 days. Yeah, he's going to Seattle tonight. I think he flies out of Seattle to come back here.
Something like that.
So we do miss Justin.
He'll be home for Christmas. You can count on him.
All right, so let's do this. What is your absolute favorite thing about Christmas?
There's so many things.
Is there, Wesley?
We'll be here.
I'm talking about for
Keith.
Keith.
We'll be here a little while.
One favorite thing,
Your
not
absolute-
a
I
list
don't
of favorite
know.
things.
I
Christmas.
like a lot of things. I like a whole lot of stuff.
One thing.
I can't pick out one thing.
Yeah, you can.
No.
Vader's telling you.
If we're being honest, my favorite thing is possibly the food.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Robbie.
Presents.
He's also being honest.
Yeah, he's being very honest. Wesley,
Food.
food.
Absolutely.
Food is good.
The best thing is the love and tender care that my family goes into making me fat.
And also the love and tender care it takes to open up a carton of eggnog. That's great too.
I really don't drink that much eggnog.
You should. It's delicious.
I can't stand eggnog. It's
Oh,
gross.
it's so good, and it's got a lot of man food in it. It's filled with cholesterol. And I'm just saying.
That creamy white carton's got a whole bunch of man food in
It
it.
really does. It's filled with wonderful egg protein and cholesterol. It's great for your testosterone levels.
It's just
It really is.
It's real good for them testosterone levels there, boy. I'll tell you what right now.
It's a true story.
That creamy white liquid going right down your throat. Man food, boy.
Okay, so
Food from man.
my favorite thing about Christmas. What is that?
Editing.
There will be no editing tonight.
Oh.
We've done good. No, I think over the years since I'm a father, I think my favorite thing about Christmas is we do get our kids something every year, and I love watching them open those presents. I don't know what it is about it. It's like, we go and buy stuff for them, and it's like, and you put some thought into it. You say, well, you want to get them something that that'll surprise them, something they want, something they like. And watching them open it. But you know what my least favorite thing about Christmas is? Is watching them spoiled brats go, where's the next one? Now, my kids don't do that anymore. But there was one year, and it's my mother's fault. There were so many presents. There were so many presents under that tree.
I remember that year.
That all we could do was go, next. I was tired. I was like, literally, my hands were tired of opening presents.
I remember that year. Was
That's
that the
a
same
great
year I got
year.
my beanie?
No.
Because there was a stack of Christmas presents in her house that year.
No. That was when she lived in that was when she lived in Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
No. This was many
years ago?
moons before. But it was fine. I mean, that's what she wanted to do. That was fine. But man, I was like 3 Dodge Ram truckloads of Christmas presents back to the house.
3?
3.
Wasn't it like a whole wall of Christmas
It was-
presents?
yeah, it was a
It wasn't
whole
even
wall.
a Christmas tree.
That's fun though.
No.
I would have loved that.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
If I was a kid, I would have.
No, my kids were literally tired of opening presents. There's like, we needed a break. Can we eat?
It would have been
Oh, we eat
one
first,
trip with the truck, and all the things that you like the most better be on that truck because everything else is staying at Grandma's place.
That was crazy, man. That was crazy year. But I must admit that, Christmas is not my least favorite holiday.
No, it's not my least favorite either.
Columbus Day is probably my least favorite.
Least favorite for me is Earth Day.
Earth Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
though. True. Good point.
Yeah, my least favorite holiday is Earth Day.
I like Christmas because we get time off. I think I like Christmas. My favorite
Praise
thing
the
about
Lord.
Christmas is holiday time.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord, we
That's
get
good.
time off work.
Hallelujah.
So we do wish all of you a Merry Christmas and whatever holiday you celebrate. It is, it's just fun, to have this time. And I don't know what everybody makes a big deal about Christmas. Nativity scenes. Let people put up nativity scenes.
Amen, sister.
Let them put them up.
I don't care if they are graven images. I like them.
Yeah.
Hope and Allen.
Not to name any names of people that don't like them at all, but there we go. I have that.
I'm particular about nativity scenes. I don't think the three king wise men magi should be there.
They got there years later.
Probably shouldn't. Mary and Joseph probably shouldn't be white.
No, they shouldn't be.
Jesus probably shouldn't be white either.
Hey, you never know, man. He might have glowed.
I mean, newborn baby.
Well, yeah, newborn baby. He might have been.
He might be.
He was in a pretty dark area for a while.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I can get the shepherds being there. The three wise men throw me off. You can't put them there at the nativity scene because they showed up at a house, not the manger.
Yeah.
So get rid of that.
Jesus
Kick
was
them out.
much older.
Yeah,
Just
much older.
throw those down.
I used to take them and hide them from my mom when I was an adult because that's when I really learned about the whole. I learned now. I know because of theology and stuff. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh. Three wise men got to go somewhere else, and I put them on the other side of the house. She goes, "Where are the three guys on the camels at?" I'm like, "Not there."
Now,
she goes,
"Where are the three guys on the camels?" No. Don't even. I just set this up every year. I don't know what they are.
But my thing is I'm like, they're on the other side of the house, which represents the other side of the world because they're not
right
here yet.
I was gonna say if you had a nativity scene and you wanted the three wise men in your nativity scene on your front lawn or whatever, you should put the nativity scene on one side. Have the star like way up in the air, like in the middle-ish, kinda.
Okay.
And then have the three wise men like in your neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
like looking like they're coming towards your nativity scene.
Or you could say that there wasn't technically three of them. There were many
there's
of them.
many of them.
Because I believe
there's
that
many
too.
visitors to Christ.
I mean, they had
birth
we
area.
say three wise men because it's three gifts. But was it technically three guys? Could have been more.
We three kings of Orient are.
Okay, don't even just ignore the question. Just start singing. Go ahead.
Yes.
That wasn't a really
This
question.
song proves my point.
It was three.
It was three. But, so, I mean, there's so many things about Christmas when it comes to Christian traditions that, throw me off when it comes to Scripture, we used to always read, Luke 2. I mean, because I thought it was kind of cool. It's the story of Jesus. It's not the Christmas story. It's the story of Jesus' birth, which we technically tie to Christmas. So
A Christmas Story is a movie that comes on TNT for 24-hour block
TBS.
every year. Oh, TBS. Excuse me.
And I'll be watching it. Even though I don't have cable, I love it. I love it with all my heart.
I don't even know why I like that movie so much.
Because it's great.
Not a finger. You used up all the glue on purpose.
It's such a great Ralphie. It's just a great movie.
Rah 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 rah.
That's the best. Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
Rah 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 rah.
So good, man.
Yeah,
so
we're
good.
getting really racist now.
Hey, man, we're just quoting movies.
Yeah, that's it. And that's another thing. I do like Christmas movies. Die
Racist
Hard.
movies.
I love Die Hard. It's a great
Die Hard.
Christmas movie.
We just talked about this the other night. Me, Robbie, Keith were there. Keith Wilson was not there, but we just talked about Die Hard being. It's my second favorite.
And I argued it's not really a Christmas
Yeah,
movie. It's just a movie
Keith
set at
Hughes
Christmas.
said that it was just the plot took place around Christmas. It's not a Christmas
So that's
movie.
technically a Christmas movie.
Thank you.
I mean,
Eh.
I could say a Christmas Story takes place during Christmas.
Yeah, well, part of the Harry Potter movies take place during Christmas.
Yeah, but it's not like.
But it's not
Die Hard's the
Christmas-centric.
entire movie is like around that same.
It's about Christmas. He's going because of Christmas. And he gets stuck in the Nakatomi Plaza because
have a
of
few laughs. It'll be a good time.
Yeah. Christmas.
And then Carl Winslow shows up. What are you doing in L.A.?
Yeah, right? Oh, don't you need to be there straightening out Urkel?
Yeah, right.
Oh, Carl.
And Professor Snape's there, too. What are you doing, Professor Snape?
Professor Snape. It's funny because Professor Snape was originally the one falling off the building.
Oh,
Is it too soon? Is it too soon?
you spoiled the whole thing. Snape killed Dumbledore.
Oh no!
I don't watch Harry Potter.
Dun, 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 dun.
I have witchcraft.
Interesting point, though. Even though the Harry Potter movies aren't Christmas-centric, ABC Family will show them during 25 Days of
All
Christmas.
8 of them.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
All 8.
I need to watch them.
I have all 8 of them on my hard drive.
I just stopped watching them.
What? What are you shushing me for?
Warner Brothers is listening.
Oh.
I have
Okay,
digital downloads on my hard drive.
Of all the people that could be listening to this show, it's not Warner Brothers.
You'd be surprised, man.
No, I will tell you that I got them
Your big brother's watching.
legitimately. Oh, my big brother.
Tell Kelly to stop.
Yeah. you quit it there, Kelly. Kales Bales. Quit listening to this podcast there.
If Kelly listens to this podcast, I may roll over.
If Kelly knows what a podcast is, I'm going to roll over.
Yo, man, what's a podcast?
What's
man?
a podcast?
What's a
dude?
podcast? You throw a
drink
pod
it?
on a fishing line there.
Well, again, we just want to say this will release on Christmas Eve. So, Merry Christmas. We do love you. We'll be back in a minute. Maybe a little bit more Christmas in the end. We'll see. We'll be back in a minute. And that was Christmas music from you. Oh, I'm sorry. No. That was Era, E-R-R-A, with Spirits Away from the Augment album. And that was a guy that just started working with us where I'm at, was like listening to Emery one day. And Brooks, who's on the show usually with us, it's like, man, you listen to Emery. And he's like, yeah, I love Emery. And I'm like, we love Emery. So it's like, cool. So he listens to the same music. And he's like, man, you got to check this band out. So for my man over on Facebook, Duke of the Wicked, which I like that little name he's got for him, Duke of the Wicked. It's cool. Junior, he turned us on to it. I like it. Era's good band, good song. Check them out if you will. Like I said, again, go to forgettingwalls.com/podcast and find episode 53, and you can click on the link to that band when this is released. So anyways, we have done a lot of things. Keith, it was different last week because last week we did a trivia of Star Wars. And,
What? I would have won that, I bet.
you'd have been surprised. It was very hard. If you go back and listen to the podcast,
I won the last trivia.
What were the questions based on actual, like...
Ask me the questions now.
ask you the questions now.
Ask me the questions now.
Ask you the questions now. I'll go back and ask you.
Is it like behind the scenes Star Wars stuff also?
I'll give you some stuff here in 1 second.
Okay. Watch me embarrass myself.
All right, Keith. So you think you got it? Okay, so here we go.
So.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So first question: legend has it that the Sith were originally going to share a name with which goth rock band?
What? This isn't about Star Wars.
Okay.
It's about Star Wars.
It's Star Wars
stuff.
All right. I'll even give you. I'll even give you the multiple choice for this one. The Lords of the New Church, The Damned, Furio.
The Damned.
Okay. You got that one right.
Furio sounds like something from
All right.
Chronicles of Riddick.
Who left the script duties for Star Wars Episode 7 in late 2013?
Late 2013. Who left the script duties?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2013. Disney acquired it in 2012. I'm gonna go George Lucas.
Nope, Michael Arndt.
God.
No. How many cinematic Star Wars film has Warwick Davis starred in?
Okay, hold on. Okay, well, original trilogy. Crap, is he dead? Crap, I'm gonna go with 7.
2.
What?
Yep.
He's
Go back to that
R2D2, right?
part where you said you're going to
He's
embarrass
R2D2.
yourself.
Shut up. I mean, I know who you're talking about. I just didn't. Well, who was R2 in Return of Jedi?
Don't know.
Okay.
What did George Lucas allow Grand Moff Tarkin actor Peter Cushing to wear when filming his Death Star scenes?
What did he allow him to wear?
Yes. Slippers, trousers, or clogs?
I'm gonna go slippers.
Yeah, that's right. That was a guess. Which of these names belonged to an Ewok in 1983's Return of the Jedi? Snoodles,
Tebow.
Wooloo, and Tebow.
Tebow. I already knew that one before you even read it.
Yeah, good job.
Because I made a meme back when Tim Tebow was big. It said it's Tebow time and had a picture of Tebow holding a spear.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's the main trade language
That's
of the
a good
Wookiees? Bizwookie, Shiriwook, or Kashyyyk speak?
Kashyyyk speak.
Very good. You knew that better than everybody else. Nope, it's Shiriwook.
What? Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
I did not know that, actually.
Yep. Luke Skywalker's original name?
Oh, gosh. Oh, I knew this. Hold on. Are there options? Can I get the options?
Oh, you need the options for this?
I should know this.
You should know this.
Give me the options.
I don't know the options.
Crap. Wait, it's not a write-in quiz, is it?
No, it's not. But he already clicked the right answer, and it took away the. It took away the other answers.
Would you like the answer?
No.
We're never going to
No.
get to story time.
No.
It starts with Luke.
It's like Star Jumper or something like that, right?
Not Jumper.
Star Walker? Star Leaper? Star
Killer.
Killer.
There you go.
That makes more sense for Anakin, really.
Who all too briefly played Grand Moff Tarkin in Revenge of the Sith?
In Revenge of the Sith.
Mark Warren, Bryan Cranston, or Wayne Pigram?
I'm going to go with Wayne Pigram.
Yeah, you're very good. Which dog breed inspired smuggler Chewbacca? Alaskan Malamute, American Eskimo Dog, Boykin Spaniel.
It's not the Malamute. I'm going to go with the Boykin.
It's the Malamute.
It's the Malamute.
Nothing like Chewbacca.
Nobody said it had to look like him. I said it
I
inspired
know it was
him.
based on George Lucas's dog, but still.
All right, one more.
It's
We're only
based-
going to do 10. One
That's
more.
all you have to do is based on George Lucas something, and it could have been a Chihuahua, but as long as he thought it looked like that, then it's good.
And which expanded universe novel killed off everybody's favorite Wookiee? Vector Prime, Death Troopers, or The Wrath of Darth Maul?
Vector Prime.
There you go. We'll stop there. So you got a couple right.
Yeah, I mean, I did okay. I got more right than I did wrong.
Okay.
Who else did better?
Well, they all just yelled out their name to get the answers.
Darn.
But anyways, let's get on with the show. This is going to be a short show this week.
That's okay.
That's all right.
I can get home.
We can do that.
Watch the Carolina game I got taping.
No, you shouldn't watch it.
What?
You really shouldn't watch it.
And
You
it's a
really
blowout.
shouldn't whistle that either.
Probably a blowout.
They didn't win.
Whatever.
Hold on
Yes,
one
they
second.
did.
I'll tell you. Right here.
They were playing app. No, don't tell me. That defeats the purpose. Although it could be like that stupid. One of my coworkers
Tell us how you really feel.
At our Christmas party. No, I actually like the guy, but he's a State fan, and he gets up.
Go
and,
Wolfpack.
And no, and I have it taping at home, and he's like, because he's talking to one of the VPs who's a Carolina fan. He's like, "Your team lost today. They lost to Texas. They weren't even ranked." And I'm like, "I had it DVRing."
You know what's so great about all this, though?
God.
It comes a time when we have to calm them down. You know that. We have to calm them down. And we get started with a next segment, but...
Del muchacho se la dio con dos amigos. I...
Bruh. That is creepy, yo.
Is that the first time you heard that?
That's the first time I've heard. I told you after I was on the podcast, I stopped listening to it.
That's great.
I've heard like 2 episodes.
I can't believe you actually haven't heard that yet.
That's so creepy.
You've heard that.
What? How are you gonna tell me what I've heard?
I know you've heard it because when we were over at Chris's house, you came and sat in on a podcast session, and we already had it at that point.
I don't know if we had the jingle at that point.
Pretty sure we had it.
I don't know.
We didn't have the jingle at that point.
No, we didn't.
Because that was the marijuana flying out of the airplane.
Yeah, we didn't have the jingle.
We
at
went
that
straight
point.
into Keith's like story time with Keith.
Yeah, we didn't have the jingle yet. Do you know who's doing the speaking part in that?
Chuck.
Me.
You stop.
Like he could get Chuck to do something about me.
What? If it's hateful,
It's not hateful.
it sounds creepy enough to like. It's story time with Keith. The story of how he died. You tell Harley to say that and just cut out the other parts, and you'll be good.
So, Keith, did we have a story time with Keith Christmas edition?
We do have a Christmas story time with Keith. Jingle bells, all the way. Anyway, it comes to us from HuffPost. Weird news. Headline, Zombie Jesus nativity scene causes uproar in Ohio. Town battles over undead Christmas display for second year. Zombie Jesus has risen again. An Ohio town appears to be backing down in a battle with a homeowner who had put up an undead nativity scene in his front yard, complete with baby Jesus depicted in zombie form. The creche was put together in Sycamore Township by Jason Dixon and his family for the second year in a row, in part with pieces from a haunted house he runs at Halloween. My family and I look forward to this time of year, Dixon said via email. We use this for our family craft time. But for the second year in a row, Dixon found himself at odds with Sycamore Township over the display. Dixon said last year he didn't apply for a permit for the manger he built around the display and got in trouble with the town. This year he applied for the permit and was rejected, and then was threatened with fines of $500 a day unless he takes it down. That battle may be over. Town Administrator Greg Bickford told CNN the problem was not with the zombies, but with the roof of the display, which violates zoning rules meant to regulate sheds and other structures. Since Dixon took the roof down over the weekend, he's now compliant, and Bickford said he's no longer facing fines. But he's still facing criticism. On Sunday, someone left a note in front of the zombie baby Jesus. God frowns upon this manger scene, the note read, which included an explanation of why Jesus is not a zombie, as if we needed to know that. Actually, there is some interesting discussion about that, because he did rise from the dead.
Truth.
Dixon said his family isn't anti-Christian. My wife, Amanda, is a hardcore Catholic, and we do have a son in Catholic school. We are not atheist, agnostic, or devil worshippers. Dixon has launched a fundraising campaign to help pay legal fees and other costs of the undead display, as well as to a local nonprofit, with any leftover funds going to help create next year's scene. That's right, Sycamore. Like any good zombie, they're coming back.
Ha.
You gotta love the reporting of this article. Now, I originally found this article on Yahoo News. That's where I first saw it. And I hate Yahoo News, so we found it on HuffPost, because HuffPost is where all good news comes from.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. That's where journalism goes to die.
Is it?
I thought that was Yahoo News.
I thought that was The Onion.
Or
But the Onion is openly parody.
Yeah, I know.
The Duffel blog is my news.
I just use Facebook.
That's a beautiful place to find hard-hitting stories that aren't biased one way or the other. But anyways, this nativity scene of the undead, Jesus is kind of undead.
A little bit, but not when he was born.
True.
True.
But what's wrong with it?
But he isn't a zombie.
No, he's not a zombie. What's wrong with it, though? Is there anything wrong with it?
I do see both sides, because I could definitely see how people could see that it's mocking it. But at the same time, I'm like, it's pretty harmless.
But I mean, it's his creativity being put to use. I mean, why trash the guy? I mean, I understand he may have thwarted the town with their ordinances, which is probably stupid anyways.
See, that's the only problem I have with it. Is that if his permit was denied, he shouldn't have put it up, and if it wasn't in compliance with the ordinances of the town, he shouldn't have put it up. That's the only thing I have wrong with it. Yeah. Since he got within...
But come on, think about it. Who in the world thinks they need a permit to put up a nativity scene?
Well, it depends on your homeowners association.
But it's not about homeowners, it's about town.
Town ordinances.
Yeah, and who reads town ordinances? Nobody, except for me.
I was about to say I've read a few.
Yeah, but most people don't. I mean, most people don't even know what town ordinances are.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you think about it.
But it clearly stated that he must have known about this one town ordinance because they came to him and said, this is against the town ordinance.
And he fixed it. Yeah, he fixed it.
Which is fine with me.
I just think it's funny that...
It's his yard.
Well, it's always the Christian.
It is always the Christian.
Or it's always the atheist. It's one or the other, you know? And the funny thing is that I guarantee you, if a town put up a zombie nativity scene, an atheist wouldn't say anything about it.
True. Probably not.
Maybe that's what we need to start doing.
Putting up zombie nativity scenes?
To fool the atheist.
to fool the... Gotcha!
We gotcha.
Because this nativity scene's going to save people.
Yeah.
I meant because we can beat Starbucks Red Cup by saying, "My name is Merry Christmas."
Did you see did you see my name is Merry Christmas? Did you? Oh my gosh! Did you see the thing on it was like their little polar bear cookies or whatever? They gave them red scarves.
Yeah.
But someone was like, not only they're taking Merry Christmas off of their cups, but they're cutting the throats of their polar bears.
Man, I don't know. I'm okay with the atheists. Let's just get rid of the vegans, though.
Yeah. Right on.
They don't make any sense to me either. That's the weird part. Yeah, you're right.
Are
Why
you
can't I have
vegan,
butter?
Robbie?
Yeah.
Huh?
Why can't I have butter?
Yeah, butter's good.
Butter is great.
I love butter.
All you got to do is or milk. I can't have cow's milk now. I can't eat eggs. How is the egg hurting the chicken?
It's not.
It's unfertilized. They're gonna lay it anyway.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Like, even if you don't have the rooster to fertilize the egg, the hens are going to lay the eggs constantly.
Yeah.
I think it's more of just that they don't take care of the hens when they're in captivity, and that's why they don't eat the eggs.
Free range eggs, bro.
Free range eggs, man. That's what I'm saying. Free range eggs. That's what I eat. I eat cage-free, free-range eggs.
And if I want some foie gras, dang it, I want some foie gras. I don't care about the... I'm sorry.
All right, now we're going into French stuff here.
Delicious French stuff.
Snails?
Yeah.
It's fatty goose liver, and it's delicious. Or duck liver.
Ooh.
It's delicious.
The divisional mic does not agree.
Yeah, the divisional mic does not agree with your statement.
With what?
Foie gras is delicious.
Well, I missed it.
Explain what it is again. Say what it is.
It's fatty goose or duck liver. That's all it is.
I don't
they
like chicken
overfeed
liver.
the ducks or the geese, and
I don't like liver at all.
Yeah.
You are ugly when you're angry.
Oh, don't do that. You're ugly when you cry. Bok bok.
Well, guys and girls, like I said, I hope you have fun with us tonight. We discuss Christmas in the weirdest of ways, But don't forget, there's something out there that is greater than Christmas. It's greater than us, and it is. Yes, it's the dark side.
I don't think I've told you, or I don't think I've sent you a picture or anything, but I actually changed my religion on my ID tags to Sith.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so freaking cool.
And I actually, this is not for the podcast whatsoever, but I actually worked in the Sith, the first paragraph of the Sith code into my beliefs in Christianity.
what?
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
That's like the opposite of Christianity.
Not the first one. The first paragraph's fine as long as you
read it out of context.
Read it way out of context of the rest of the code.
So how other people read the Bible.
Yeah. So how normal Christians read the Bible.
Look.
So it's basically biblical.
It's basically, basically. Where's Sterling?
Well, guys and girls, we want to say thanks for listening to this show this week, and have a Merry Christmas. We love you, and remember, people are not projects. They're people just like you and me, so love them like you love yourself. And New Year's is next week, and we'll see you then.
Thank you for listening to the Forgetting Walls podcast. If you're subscribing to us on iTunes, leave us a rating to help us spread the word about this podcast. Remember, the only way this works is if you share your story. So be sure to visit the website and leave us a comment at forgettingwalls.com, or find us on Twitter at forgettingwalls and facebook.com/forgettingwalls.
Peace!
I find your lack of faith disturbing.